Well, hello my dear companions, and welcome back to part 2 of the beginner's guide. One of the most unique let's plays that we will have on the channel. Let's continue. Check so we don't miss anything. Many of you might not like this. I might get so few views on this series, but I don't care, because this is what I love to play. I love to just...
Well, this is new for KODA. It's
experience.
An actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Open the door. Let's not open the door. Can I close the door? Ah! That's cool.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Okay, 3 dots. Okay, here we go.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Whoa! Damn!
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer
Think
world.
about these things. Think
Either
about
way,
them.
I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
New game. Oh, we're back here. We're back here. Is it the same? You are now exiting.
Aha. So this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that KODA believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in. Some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Oh man, I love this. I love this so far. Even if it's very unique and weird. The Great and Lovely Descent. Ah! That's beautiful.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, KODA is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
What?
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of KODA's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making.
True.
You might consider paying attention to the architecture in KODA's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Like that. Oh, let's continue. This is a prison, guys. Kinda. Ah, I see what you did there. What? Let's not go there. I want to invest. Okay, we can't go there. We have to go here.
This prison, funny enough, in KODA's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
That's so mean to the players.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
This game is much better, but weirder than I first thought. But I hope you enjoy. This, as I see, is a very slow-paced, intimate journey together with you and me, guys. We are doing this. I see the dots again. You remember from... I remember the dot in the deuce.
It's the puzzle again.
Yeah.
With the exact same solution as the last time.
Cool.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that KODA is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
This game. You there? Did you come from up
Here,
above?
KODA begins using a
What's up
kind
there?
of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, there was this world stamped with whiteness. There was an enormous prison of spent hours. Floating colored boxes. Do you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors? Ah, should we break the game? Let's go with 2. Ah, 1? We're gonna make them so angry. Nope. I can't go up here. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I was just... One. Nope. Why would I sit in a black space?
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Final boss, here we come. The music is very soothing. This looks like a boss battle arena.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason KODA fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Okay.
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
If you say so. I don't trust you, go. Next game. Give me another game. This is like 200 games in one series. The game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. What? Notes that you can see are left by other players? Is that true? That would be so cool.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by KODA. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
Where
feel
should
free
we
to
go?
skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
I want to go in there, but I want to see this as well.
Either way, to me they convey a sense
Can't
of
go there.
loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
This is so weird, guys.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone KODA often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked KODA's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Uh-huh. This is so soothing.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on KODA's mind at the time that he was making it.
And the dots
puzzle
again.
is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, KODA can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here.
True.
To step back and connect the pieces together, to grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
What? The lamppost again. Are you there? Please say something. Talk to me, please. Wow. Damn. Porn stars
Okay,
die
this one
too.
is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay. I'm going to end the episode there. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I do, but I hope to see you in part 3 in the beginner's guide. Stay awesome, guys. See you soon. Toodeloo!